Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would talk about all the fragrances that I blind bought in 2022. When the pandemic hit back in 2020, and I was really starting to get into fragrances, we're not going out, we're not doing much, so I was watching a bunch of YouTube and getting perfume reviews and then blind buying them because just going to the store to try out fragrances was just not feasible. So I kind of got into that habit, and for the most part, it was pretty successful. It was rare for me to buy something that just really smelled awful. So by the time we got to 2022, I felt like I was a blind buy pro. So I'm going to start with what I actually don't have in my collection anymore. I bought the Mont Blanc Signature. I watched some reviews on it. The notes that were in it were everything that I would like. So I got the small bottle and it smelled good. I do like the way it smells, but someone had said that it smells like Hall's fruit breezers, those like cough drops, and to me it really does. It's not a bad smell. I just didn't want to smell like that, and I knew I wouldn't ever reach for it, so I ended up returning it. But the rest of the blind buy purchases I made from 2020, I actually do still have. So I'm going to go through them really quickly, kind of let you know my thoughts on them, what I love, what's kind of okay, and if there's anything that I maybe regret buying and will be trying to declutter from my collection at some point. So the first blind buy of 2022 was Lancome's Oud Bouquet. I had been hearing people talk about this one for a long time. I really love, actually, I think the first review I saw was the older bottle, which I thought looked really cool, but that was discontinued. And now they had this new one, which I heard was reformulated. And I was really unfamiliar with any of the notes. I didn't know what oud smelled like. I wasn't sure I liked rose because none of the perfumes I'd previously had really featured that note. But I just heard such good things about it. I saw that there was this bottle on sale. I want to say I got it from Fragrance X, maybe Fragrance Net, for a really good price, and decided to get it. And I won't lie, part of the reason why I wanted it so badly was because of how beautiful this bottle is. It's so pretty. I knew it would look great on my vanity. So I got it, took a smell, and fell in love immediately. It smells so good. It's thick and it's syrupy. It's sweet. I think that's from the praline. The rose is really jammy. I love it. But it is it's a heavy perfume, so you have to like bold ones to enjoy this. I've only worn it a handful of times since I got it last year. I actually just wore it this week. It's on my perfume tray for this month, I believe. But I really like it, and I'm actually excited to get some more wear out of it. It smells amazing. The next perfume I blind bought was Amouage Love Tuberose. Again, saw a bunch of reviews that looked great. I like white florals. I was intrigued by that whipped cream note. And the bottle got me. It's absolutely stunning. It's this very pale, almost white pink. And then just the emblem they have on the front and the cap, and it's magnetic, and the little stone in the top. It's just a beautiful bottle, and I had to have it. I got it, I smelled it, and it's great. I will say I thought I was picking up like a licorice note when I first got it, like a black licorice note, which I didn't particularly care for, but that seems to have mellowed out since I've used it and had it. So maybe it was just the juice needed time to like blend together. It smells really wonderful. I actually have this on my declutter video, and it's on my chopping block. I want to give it another wear or two to see if I want to let it go. I have a lot of fragrances with a similar scent profile, and it didn't make sense to keep all of them. But smelling this again right now, it smells so good. So I'll give it another wear or two and then decide if I'm really actually going to let it go. But it's a beautiful white floral. The next one I bought was Armani Si Fiori. I heard this was discontinued, and everyone seems so devastated by it. I'd never smelled it before. I had just purchased the Si Intense. I hadn't liked the original one, but I liked the Si intense version that came out, I think in 2021. I actually do like the original one now. I'm thinking about getting a bottle once my travel version is done. But I decided to just go ahead and blind buy this when I saw it on sale. Again, I want to say I saw it on Fragrance X for a really good price. So I thought I'll just go ahead with all the reviews. It can't be that bad. And I think it smells fantastic. It's very sweet. It's got like slightly airy vibe to it, a little marshmallowy. To me, it really does smell like some type of berry milkshake. I really enjoy it. I haven't worn it as much as I'd like to, and I think part of that is because I know it's discontinued. But I'm just going to start wearing it more often because I liked it enough to keep it, but not enough to buy a backup bottle. So I'm not really concerned about it not being in my collection anymore after I use it up, but it smells fantastic. My next purchase was Armani the Prive Rouge Malachite. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to say that. But again, saw this all over a few YouTubers' channels. The bottle got me. It's so pretty. It has this like beautiful red marbling all over it. And it just looks, I knew it would look good on the vanity. That's part of what I wanted to get it for. And then once I started understanding fragrance and notes a little bit more, I realized I really do like white florals. It has a hint of clary sage in it. And I have another favorite perfume of mine that has that note, so I knew I would like that. It's got a little bit of a tropical vibe to it. I think there's like ylang-ylang in there. So I bought this, and I actually really do like it. I've only worn it a couple times. I think I'm still trying to figure out the right type of weather and vibe for me to wear this perfume, but it smells really great. So I will probably be putting this on my tray in either March or April to kind of see how it plays in the weather once it starts to warm up. I've tried it a couple times in the cooler weather, and it was just okay. I don't think I was getting all those floral notes in there coming out like they should have been. The next perfume I blind bought was the Kayla Utopia Vanilla Cocoa, and yes, I got this for the bottle. I am not a huge fan of coconuts. I think it doesn't smell bad. I definitely have other fragrances with coconut in them, but again, it's just not my favorite. I have to really be in the mood for it, so I don't keep that many coconut fragrances in my collection for that reason. But this one had a lot of similar notes in it to which one is it? Deja Vu White Flower, which is my favorite Kayla fragrance. So I figured that with maybe just a little touch of coconut couldn't be too bad. And again, the bottle got me. It's this beautiful rose gold. I love rose gold. So I just blind bought the small 50 ml bottle. And I actually really do like it. I've only worn it a couple of times. I was going through some other fragrances at the time when I purchased this one, but I will be getting some more use out of it this summer. But yeah, it smells really good. I really do enjoy it. And I think I probably will get through the whole bottle. I don't know if I would repurchase it, but it smells really great. It's like creamy. It's got the white floral in there, so you have to like white florals. Very tropical, but it's not sunscreeny, which I don't mind, but I don't like enough to have more than one fragrance with that sunscreen vibe in it. Okay, I just had to pause for a second to turn off my heater because it was so loud. Okay, the next fragrance that I blind bought was MAC Turquatic because I was looking for some more summer fragrances, something fresh. I really like fresh fragrances. I like an aquatic fragrance, and I won't lie, the bottle, right? It's gorgeous. It's super pretty. So I actually just got a small size. I think this is the 20 ml bottle. And I've worn it a couple times, but actually this little bit of a dent that you see in there is actually from my boyfriend. He's worn it far more than I have. It smells fantastic on him. I like it. I've worn it just, for casual wear. I've worn it to the gym a couple times. It's a really great, solid summer fragrance, and I will be planning to use it some more this summer. The next fragrance I blind bought is sorry, that was weird. My phone did something weird. Is Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal by Night is this one. I've been seeing all the different versions on YouTube reviews, and I was really curious, but I was hesitant because of the honey note. And I like honey. I like the way it smells, but if it's too thick, it makes me really queasy. So it didn't make sense for me to buy a fragrance with such a prominent honey note in it. But people were talking about the cherry edition in here and how it was just really nice, great for, you know, evening and cold weather wear. So I decided to just go ahead and get the smallest bottle to give it a try that way. If I didn't like it, I didn't really spend much on it. I found it on, again, probably Fragrance X. And it smells really nice. It is sweet. I do pick up the cherry a lot, and it's not a medicinal cherry, but it's not my favorite kind of cherry. Like the cherry that's in Kayali's Love Fest Burning Cherry, I really like, or the cherry that's in Room 1105 Cherry Punk, I really like. This cherry's fine. It's not medicinal, so I can handle it, but it's also not my favorite. I haven't had a chance to wear this out much. I've just kind of sampled it here and there. I do like it, some days more than others. So I will try to get some more wear out of it before the weather gets too hot, and really test it out and see how I like it. But the bottle is, I think, super cute. I wasn't a fan of like the legs coming out of the lid, but I didn't mind them in this little tassel-y thing over here. The next perfume I have is Prada La Femme. I've been hearing lots of people talk about how it's a great, you know, kind of clean girl vibe, classy, you know, kind of low-key fragrance. And I love those. I love the fragrances that kind of make you think of like jeans and a white tee, because that's what I wear a lot. So I just went ahead, blind bought this. You can find this, I feel like, a lot of places. I found this on probably Fragrance X or Fragrance Net for a really, really good price. I've worn it a couple of times. I really do think it smells nice. I won't say too soapy. Let me spray it here. I haven't sprayed it in a while. Yeah, it's sweet, like a little floral, but not too overpowering. There's not any one thing that really stands out too much. So it does give you kind of a classy, clean vibe. So I am looking forward to wearing this some more this year. I have other fragrances that also kind of fit that category that I was using up. So I will be paying more attention to this one in 2023. The next one is Guerlain's Gourmand Coquin. This was one I'd heard about and knew was discontinued. And I wasn't actually even that interested because everyone talked about the chocolate note that's in here. And a chocolate note's not my favorite in fragrances. It's fine. I don't mind it, but it's not something that I smell and it like makes my eyes roll to the back of my head or anything. But then when people were talking about like the warmth to it, I was kind of curious. So I just went ahead, you know, and bought this bottle. You can see I haven't used all of this. Like I decanted it into that 30 ml bottle and passed that along to someone else who wanted to try it. And then I decanted a little bit into just a small little travel spray for myself. It's on my tray for the month of February, and I've actually already worn it, and it smells really good. I really enjoy the way it smells. It's so warm and it's sweet, but it's not cloyingly sweet. And I don't know that I necessarily pick up on like the chocolate or the cacao note per se. Like I don't smell it and go, oh yeah, that's chocolate or cacao. But it does add this slightly like dusted, powdered kind of element to the fragrance. It smells really good. I'll wear it a few more times this month for sure. I wore it the other night and just could not stop smelling my wrist while I had it on. And the last blind buy of 2022 is the Narciso Rodriguez Musc Noir Rose for her. I saw this all over the place, and I won't lie, the bottle's what got me. I had previously tried one of the fragrances from this brand, did not care for it at all. It went right back to the store. So I just never had much interest in trying any of the other ones, but I saw this bottle. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of pretty. But then the reviews and the way people were describing it, it didn't seem like it was going to be as pungent or as screechy as the one that I had tried a couple years ago. So I blind bought the smallest bottle I could find. I got it from Macy's. And it smells so good. I love this fragrance. You can see I bought this. This was my last blind buy purchase of 2022. So I probably got it towards the holiday season. And I've put a pretty good dent in it. I've used this one up more than others that I've had in my collection much longer. Now, part of that is I do overspray a little bit because it is light, but I don't go crazy with it either. So I've worn it quite a few times. It's on my tray for this month. I've already worn it a couple times this month. I will be wearing it some more. I definitely pick up the rose on it. So you do have to like musk because it is musky. But again, to me, I think it's a really well blended one. It's not, at least to me, it's not going to go stinky or BO on you. But the vanilla note that's in here gives it this really nice sweetness. Again, not cloying, not gourmand. It doesn't smell like a vanilla bean. It just gives it this really nice, subtle sweetness. And whenever I wear it, I'm constantly smelling my wrist or my arm or wherever I sprayed it. I love this one. I think if I do end up going through this bottle, I would repurchase it for sure. And I'd probably get the big one because... yeah, I think it's that good. I really like it. So again, I don't recommend blind buying anything. So I wouldn't say it's a safe blind buy, but if you can get a sample, if you can go into the store, try it on, give it a go. If you didn't like any of the fragrances from the line or had issues with it like I did, this is the one that made me kind of want to go back and maybe smell some of the others that I passed over because I didn't like one of them. Okay, so here are my blind buy purchases of 2022. Overall, I think I was pretty successful. I only returned one. I like all of these. I don't necessarily love them all, but I don't regret purchasing any of them, I don't think. If you have any, thoughts or comments on any of these fragrances or just based on what I've shown here, if you have any recommendations, please leave a comment down below. Other than that, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.